I promised us a series on dissolution of marriage, and I'm here to fulfill my promise. So, my name again is Bankeyi Akinwale, and I work with a law firm in Lagos. The name is Michael Akinwale and Co., a law firm based in Lagos, Marina to be precise. So, today we want to talk about dissolution of marriage. I stated earlier that it's a very sensitive discussion, and we're going to treat it as such. So, before we go on dissolution, we call it dissolution of marriage. So there can't be dissolution of marriage if there's no marriage itself. So we're going to be starting this series with what marriage is and what kind of marriage you can actually go to court and which court to dissolve. So we know family is the bedrock of every society. So I want our family preserved. I want love. I want joy in our society. I'm not doing this series so that people can arm themselves with what to fight their partner with, no, but rather to teach us in case or in the event we have to go to court at the end of the day, what you should know so that your case will be better put in perspective. So I would first want to talk to us that you can go to court to dissolve a marriage that is contracted under the Act in the High Court. So you're not going to go to magistrate court for dissolution of marriage. So the first thing for you to know is that for dissolution of marriage or in dissolution of marriage, that is marriage contracted under the Act, you have to go to High Court for the dissolution. And for customary marriage, you cannot go to High Court for it. You have to go to customary court for dissolution of a customary marriage. So I also want to state in this series clearly that my husband and I, when we got married over 10 years ago, we did not go to the registry. Did you hear me clearly? We did not go to the registry. We only went to church. We did a traditional marriage, of course. Then we went to our church, and our church was able to give us a certificate. And as lawyers, my husband is a lawyer, I'm a lawyer. And that is the only certificate we have till date. And we are legally married under the Act. So I've been saying this to people around me, but I think nobody wants to believe that if your church is accredited, is registered accordingly, and they have the certificate that the Nigerian law has stated that should be issued upon the doing of any marriage in any center, once your church gives you that certificate, you are married under the Act. So the advent of your church giving you a valid certificate and still going to the registry at the same time is like duplicating marriage. All the same, it's still the same marriage. So it depends on you. If you want to continue spending money on going to registry and then church, having to get the same certificate you get from court is what you get if your church is registered and they have the valid certificate. So you can ask me questions on these and I will really help you out. So for some people also, they always want to go to Ikoyi registry because maybe embassies, they want to see your Ikoyi registry certificate. No. People have traveled out of the country without getting married in Ikoyi registry. And we even have cases that have made it plain that your marriage celebration should be at the local government. Yes, at your local government. So I've been telling people going to Ikoyi registry to get married does not make your marriage more superior to other people's own. So let's go on from that. So if you get married customarily, you cannot go to High Court for dissolution of marriage. So I also want to tell us today that if you are not married to the father of your child, okay, let me simply state it like this. You got pregnant for a man, you did not get married to that man. That man did not in any way pay your price or in any way take you to the registry. I want to tell you categorically that when it comes to the maintenance or your child, you can approach the court. Yes. Even if you are not married under the Act, yes, you can still approach the court for the maintenance of your child. Lagos State especially cares so much about children. And even if you're not legally married to the father of your child or children, you can still claim certain rights from that man. Again, I'm not saying this as a sword. I'm saying it as a shield that you can arm yourself with and do better for yourself and your children. So we'll be talking about dissolution of marriage. Before we talk about dissolution of marriage categorically, or to discuss some things, we have two things in particular. There's something called restitution of conjugal rights, and there's another called separation. Yes. Before you finally go for dissolution of marriage, you can have restitution of conjugal rights filed in court, or you can have a process also, or in another way, filed for separation. So the court will allow you and your husband or you and your wife to be separated for a number of time or a number of months, so that you can see if things will work out at the end of the day and if it will go on for dissolution. And when I mentioned something also earlier that you can go for restoration of conjugal rights. So if your man or your wife is not doing certain things in marriage and that could lead to dissolution of marriage, you can at the first instance go for restoration of conjugal rights. So I won't want us to really have a long video for now. So I want you to think on what I've said. I want you to really ponder on it and let me know what your question is. So on our next episode in this series, we'll be delving into the real dissolution of marriage. So thank you. Till I come your way next time, I remain Banke Akinwale. Bye.